So I'm here on the couch with a couple of medical students, Stuart and Mark, who are attending the Rural General Practice Network Conference, the 2016, and enjoying the conference so far, guys?
Yeah, it's been absolutely awesome. The first talk with Nigel Latter was brilliant.
Yes.
And then there's been quite a few others, and they've been really good so far.
Yeah.
I think I've quite enjoyed the student aspects of what we've had so far. We had a student, an idea of where we're going as students in the future, so our future career planning, I really quite enjoyed that, just getting an idea of where we are going.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So why did you come along to the conference? Why did you decide to spend this time in the conference?
So we actually had someone come and speak to us at one of our lectures just a few months ago, actually, and they gave us the idea about it then. And so I had a quick look around on the internet and found out a bit more about it, so signed up for it. It was quite good.
Yeah.
So the speakers that were on the list actually looks quite good, so I decided to come along for that.
Yeah. Is there anything you're looking forward to over the next, the last couple of days of the conference? Something you...
I'm definitely looking forward to listening to Matt Vickers, who is Lucretia Seal's husband, about the end-of-life care side of it, which is a very hot topic at the moment.
Yes, yeah. And you said Nigel Latter was a bit of a highlight for you so far. What were the key messages from Nigel Latter's talk for you?
So I guess he was kind of basing it on the whole keep it simple, try not to let the complexities of life overrule you, and it's good to kind of nail it home and get those thoughts in your mind again of sometimes things are a bit tricky, but if you look at it in a different perspective, it's not as difficult as it seems.
Yes.
We just add difficulty to life.
We do. I love the idea that the work-life balance idea was a load of bollocks. I think that was quite challenging, and he's full of those statements, but his explanations around are just fantastic, aren't they? I do think that's absolutely right. That if you've got to enjoy every aspect of what you're doing. That he had a diagram of me here, and then over here happiness, and in between there the mortgage and the kids and all the shit that happens. He said, and you've got to get from me over all the shit that happens to happiness. This is the way that we sort of perceive the world, and I thought it was brilliant, really, really good, because that is how we see it. And actually, the journey is what's really important, isn't it? So yeah. So are there other why should students come to a conference like this?
I think it's just a great opportunity to get to know people. I mean, even getting to know the other students that have attended as well, because what we do kind of get in the medical school is that we kind of get separated out into the year levels.
Yeah.
And so this gives us an opportunity to actually meet the students that are already in the hospital or who are, haven't gone through what we've gone through yet. But also the idea of meeting like the midwifery, nursing, pharmacy students as well, getting that across the health professionals.
Yeah.
Really.
I think it's one of the common features of the rural conferences, that interprofessional focus. So tell us about your backgrounds. Are you both rural origin? Are you from rural communities?
I was born and raised in Winton, which is just out of Invercargill. Kind of came to uni to escape rural, but have now fallen back in love with it.
Good on you.
I don't think I'll go back to Winton, but I think I could become a coaster if they ever let me.
And yourself?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Dannyvert.
Yep.
I actually went up to the Bay for my my high school education, but then from there back down to Dunedin. And I go home every holidays now and work in there in one of the medical centres there, just to gain a bit of experience, really, just to see the place. It's quite good though.
Yeah, good. It's too early to ask you about your sort of future careers and what you're planning on doing, I suppose.
I guess I've got some gist of what I wanted to go down the rural hospital line, maybe with some emergency and anaesthesia thrown in as well.
Yeah.
Just because I like the generalist aspect of things. I don't think I could ever specialise in one exact area.
Yeah.
So having a broad variety, kind of like a little bit of everything.
Yeah, have you enjoyed everything that you've done so far, and the idea of just sort of just building on that? Yeah,
exactly.
A great idea. Yeah. So, any thoughts for the conference of next year and the year after? How could the conference be made better for students?
So as I was saying, I quite like that student-focused session that we did do. So whether we could look at possibly doing one of the concurrent streams just for students completely.
Yeah.
So just having student-focused ones, even if it's just for one of the days.
Yeah.
Just to whether that would help to encourage more students to come as well, because we've got that student-focused area.
So what would be the content of the stream?
So I like the idea of the planning for the future, but then also having an actual idea of how people that have gone into the rural health areas, how they've gone into that, but also what they actually do.
Yes.
What they actually do on a day-to-day basis, that kind of thing. I attended a session today about what was like a general day in Dunstan Hospital.
Yeah.
And I really quite enjoyed that, seeing what they were doing there and the different kind of problems they were getting in. It just kind of makes it more relevant for us as medical students about what kind of clinical scenarios we might be seeing in the future.
Yeah.
And it just gives us something to almost aim for, really.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good idea. A really good idea. And you're involved with the GP South organisation, is it? This term, the GPCME South.
Yeah, well, I'm current president of the Matagari Club, which is the Rural Health Students Club, and I went to the GPCME last year and got talking with Chappie, and we've been emailing about organising a student afternoon, which has come into play and will be at the one in August.
And the content of that's going to be?
So it's going to be based on, so life as a student, how to progress on into the GP side of things, options that are available for further training.
So really about sort of career planning and that sort of thing, that rather than how to read an ECG or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, great, okay.
So, it's the overviews instead of the nitty-gritty.
And those would be attractive in a conference setting. That's a great idea. I think we should put that to the committee for next year.
Yeah, and there's way more, like I came to this last year in Rotorua, and I think there's 100-odd students here this year, whereas last time there might have been 20 or 30-odd of us, so it's great to see a bunch of students wandering around.
Oh, it energises everybody as well, so thank you very much.
No worries.
Thank you.